Are we recording on the set?
It's rolling.
It's rolling.
What? It's
Speaking of rolling.
What? Do I need a roller?
You're good. Hey, I need a roller now too. We better keep this in the video. Well, hello everyone. This is Ben and I'm Sharita Margarita, and this is Ben and Danielle Reviews.
Yep.
And I was just going to tell you, Ben just got back from a convention called
Emerald City Comic Con.
Yes. And he's working on how many hours of sleep? Oh, none.
No,
because his flight.
I've been up for 36 hours now.
And he doesn't do drugs. Oh, well, just energy drinks.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, if you want to hear about how the convention was for me, I have 2 different videos up on the channel. I got one with all my pickups, the things that I acquired at the convention, and then another video with Danielle talking about the convention.
I'm so glad you said pickups from the convention, because when I hear the word pickups, I think of something else. You know what I'm saying? Because
large trucks.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. No, that's what I wasn't thinking. But that's exactly
what you're.
Sure,
thinking.
we'll go.
For the audience, that's exactly what she was thinking about.
Of course, because I am very appropriate and very politically correct. Yes. Well, maybe not in this video.
So so? With this video, you are going to keep it PC as always.
I like the sarcasm.
Why don't we talk about what this video is all about first off, before we actually talk about what to expect from this video. So, do you want to explain what this video is all about?
Sure. Okay, so Ben and I have over 450 board games. So, we were looking, each of us have a different list. Well, I don't know, we might have some crossovers because I didn't get to see Ben's list. But what we're doing is we're going over the top 10 board games that we want to play from our collection that we haven't previously played.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to talk about my list for a second. My list is going to be very interesting, and it's going to be a different take of what you think of why someone wants to play a board game. Ben, what do you think? Did I nail that on the head?
If that reflects your list, then yes.
No, I meant like what I was explaining what the games are. Or what the video is about.
Yeah, so we are going to be talking about the top 10 games from our collection that we want to play. I actually did something semi-different from this list. I didn't do the 10 I most want to play, just because I did a similar list with Jamie Lynn earlier in the month. So I just did 10 games from our collections that I want to play that we haven't played yet. I have ranked them from 10 to 1, but they're not necessarily the 10 most desired games, because I wanted to talk about some new games here and there, but they're ones I highly anticipate wanting to play.
Well, that's good to know.
And you probably did the 10 games you most want to play?
Yes. I had to put them in order because I just came up with a list and I didn't know we needed it in order, but like all of our videos, we normally have stuff in order. So
yeah, I actually think the order for this list, I'm actually pretty okay with my own, the way I ordered it. So yeah, as you were saying,
I'm ready for you to dive in.
Okay, so we're ready to dive in with our number 10 for games from our collection we most want to play, starting with Ben or Sharita.
I like how you're talking in third person. I think we should go... Wait, I'll go first.
Okay.
Alright. So, number 10 on the list. And I said in previous videos, which is contradictory, that I'd never want to play this game because it's so non-politically correct. Probably... Yeah, pretty messed up. And that is Lewis and Clark.
The Expedition. Nice.
It's the Expedition part?
Lewis and Clark, the Expedition.
Oh, I forgot the Expedition part. My bad. Well, as a person who is part indigenous, I want to see what this is all about. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it because I don't really know what to expect. Is it like the Oregon Trail? But I'm just interested because Ben picked it up So obviously it's worth playing if he picked it up. He traded it for something. I was like, Ben, did you buy that? And he's like, no, I traded it. So obviously it's something he wants to play, and he plays board games with me, so I thought I'd put it on the list.
Cool. Yeah, so quick overview of Lewis and Clark. It is a racing game where you are racing to get to the end of the river, and you are going to be racing your opponents to be the first to get to the end there. And you're going to have these cards that are going to have special abilities of resources and different actions they can do. They're going to be different people that you're going to be using to do your bidding as you move along this track here. And you're going to be placing resources and placing Indians on your boat to try and but you don't want to have too many resources. You want to have enough resources to be able to spend them to build things and move you along the board. But you don't want to have too many that it bogs you down. Otherwise, you got to start throwing some people overboard.
That sounds like slavery. Yeah, they used to do that. Well, I wasn't there, but my ancestors were, and they would throw people off the boat on the way to the Americas.
Yeah, you got to make room for the proper folks.
And if you can't, there's not enough food,
you got to chuck them over.
See, I like the sound of the game until you said the Indians do the work. That's a little cringe-worthy.
It's a worker placement game where you have the Indians are your workers, and you're placing them on this village board.
So it is very in tune with what history was like. I mean,
I wasn't around at that time.
I know it wasn't, but what we've heard in history, it's really messed up and not politically correct. So, I guess I had to change of heart. I'll test it out, and then I want to do a review on the game eventually.
I will say it is very a punishing game, because if you're someone that just kind of wings it with your strategy for the game, you're gonna get left behind, and you're not gonna advance very far on the track.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're gonna need to have a sound strategy for this and know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just going to keep acquiring resources and keep moving backwards. Yeah, you get too many workers, too many resources, too many of these character cards. You're going to get bogged down because you have to play all your character cards, or else you're going to have they count against you every round.
Well, thank you for the overview.
Yep. All right.
It's so enticing.
Yeah, isn't that exciting? So now that's going to be falling off your list?
I mean, you got it for a reason, so I'll give her a try.
Because it's a board game. You're supposed to play it.
Yeah, I'll give her a try.
Cool. So my number 10 is going to be sticking with the racing games. This one is a lot more silly and less serious. And this one is called Thunder Road Vendetta.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, Thunder Road Vendetta is a very much like a death race sort of game where you are going to be trying to race to get to the finish line, and you're going to be shooting at other cars and trying to overcome these different obstacles and things. There's going to be like machine guns and tanks and other things trying to stop you, and there is player elimination in this game.
What in the gangbang game is this?
It's called Thunder Road Vendetta.
I guess the Vendetta part makes sense.
Yeah. And that's a game that is really high on a lot of people's lists.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So I definitely need to give this a try.
I'd play it with you.
Yeah. And I think it plays best at 3 to 4, so.
Well, I guess I'd play it with you with other people then.
Yeah. We'll give it a try.
Maybe Trey and Taylor will play with us.
They'd like this game. Trey would like this game. Alright, that's Thunder Road Vendetta.
Alright. So my number 9 is a game that Ben showcased at Collector's Connection, where he works, on Board Game Day, which I actually missed. And this is when he was running board games on Saturdays. And that is Redneck Life.
In Redneck Life, do you know this is the very first game that Jamie Lynn played with us at game night?
Really?
Yeah, this was the very first game she ever played with Eli and I.
That makes perfect sense because she lives out in the boonies.
And she just walked into the middle of this game and then joined in. And I think she was kind of expecting a more serious game group, and then we were playing Redneck Life.
Yeah, I
talking
think
about having 2 marriages and 7 kids and
is there any consanguineous relationships?
you get married and divorced and remarried in this game.
What about to get married to your cousin?
Yeah, you can get married
Perfect.
to your cousin in this one.
That's happened in history, so I guess it's realistic. Oh, the backwoods. So yeah, I heard it's tacky, and I really want to play it because I'm kind of a goofball, if you haven't noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And me taking things serious is abnormal.
I will say this game is very luck based. It's all randomness.
No skill.
No skill based, and no skill at all. You're just rolling dice and seeing what happens.
So it's a brainless game.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, it is very much so. It took the game of life and made it even more brainless.
Oh, I want to play it for sure. Maybe that wouldn't have been number 9. Anyways, it's in the top 10, so.
Yes. Awesome. All right. So, sticking with the theme of destruction and just zaniness, my number 9 is called Trogdor.
Never heard of it.
So it follows this like cartoon dragon named Trogdor, you're sending him around. You got these like tiles around the board, like a map, and you're sending him to different spots and burning down different villages and stuff, and setting these little villagers on fire and stuff. It's a very silly game based on the I guess it's like a video game called Trogdor.
Trogdor rhymes with Gryffindor. Anyways, what in the pyromania and gangbanging?
There's no gangbanging.
I know, but the last one was gangbanging, and now it's just pyromania. You're speaking my language. Well, I didn't know about that game, so
yeah,
I'd play it with you.
Cool. That's gonna be another 3 to 4 player game.
Well, guess we need to borrow some folks.
Maybe.
Yeah, I see a lot of. Well, do you have a lot of 3 and 4 player games on your list?
I have
that are best played at 3 or 4. I mean,
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Well, that explains why we haven't played them then, right?
Yeah.
All right. So my number 8 game is St. Petersburg, and the reason why I want to play it is because the drier the better. And isn't it like Lorenzo Menifee? How do you say it?
It is not like Lorenzo.
No, dry like it.
It's much drier.
Oh, perfect.
It's way
and
drier.
It's, Russia, and, we have Russia's one of our allies, and, why not embracing... Oh my god, that's terrible. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I tend to like dry games, and so Ben has talked about how he likes this game, and I don't know why we haven't... What are you doing?
What?
Better not cut this.
Go ahead.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, Ben's talked about how he likes this game, and he's told me about it, and I don't know why we've never gotten it to the table.
It's because I'm the only one in the group that likes it.
Oh, is it a 3 or 4 player game?
It's best at 3 to 4, yeah.
Oh.
Because then you're cycling through more cards that way. Otherwise, you're just both buying the same cards, and it's boring. And the economy system is a little rougher with 2 players. It's best with 3 to 4, but yeah, and I'm the only one in the group that actually likes it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
But we can try it with new folks that have not experienced St. Petersburg yet. Yeah,
like Trey.
Trey
and Taylor.
Trey and Taylor would not enjoy this game.
Well, too bad.
Sure.
What are you on, number 8 now?
I'm on number 8, yes. So my number 8 is going to be a game called Cryptic Nature, where you are going to be playing as cryptozoologists. Looking for different, looking for different cryptids like Bigfoot and the likes. And yeah, I don't know a ton about the game, but yeah, Cryptic Nature is one that I picked up at the con. I got a nice Kickstarter version of the game that I'm excited to give a try to.
Like I said for the other ones, I'd play it with you. I like the nature based, and you're into talked about dragons, so
This
Now
is
Bigfoot.
This is cryptids, yeah.
Alrighty. Short and sweet. My number 7, and I was surprised it made my list because I'm not really a cat person. So the game is Isle of Cats. And isn't this a Omino game?
Yes.
I like polyomino games, and I'm not a stereotypical lesbian, but lesbians have lots of cats, so that's why I thought I'd play it.
Yeah, you're rescuing cats from an island.
And I missed it when he played it for, or I was playing a different board game because we had a lot of people at board gaming, at a board gaming day, a Collector's Connection, and I was playing a different thing because, you know, everyone else wanted to play the cat, so I had to play. Was that when I was playing the game with Mark? Or not Mark? What's the guy? He likes to play the same game over and over.
Mark?
That is Mark.
Yeah.
Okay. No offense. I mean, I like to play the same game over and over again. If you like it, then, you know, why not play it some more?
Sure.
Yeah, so that's my take on it.
Sure. So, my number 7 is a game might be on your list. If it isn't on your list, I'd be a little bit surprised. And that's called The Fox Experiment by Elizabeth Hargrave.
I don't really know anything about it.
So The Fox Experiment is a game about I think it's a Russian experiment called the Fox Experiment, where they were breeding different foxes, and it's a game in which you are building up your engine and rolling a whole bunch of dice, and then as the game goes on, you're going to be rolling more and more dice and matching up the dice to give different attributes for these foxes that you're breeding. And I'm excited to give it a try. It's been on the shelf for a while and needs to get played at some point.
I'll play it with you. I guess you gotta dust it off.
Yeah.
And, oh, that sounds cool. So, actually, like, we, in Superior, Wisconsin / Duluth, Minnesota, we have a lot of foxes. I mean, I see them roaming around. Actually, in my neighborhood, I was looking for a dog that went missing, and I was like, oh my god, it's right there, because I thought it was Chihuahuas. Here it was baby foxes running around in somebody's yard, and they were so cute. I wanted to pet them, but I heard those things, Mama was there, and I heard those things are feral. They'll eat your cats. They will.
Mm-hmm.
That was number 7?
Yep.
Alright, so my number 6, I don't know anything about, but it's Puerto Rico, and I love Bad Bunny. He's a true American, and I love Boricuas.
Sure.
And it's part of the United States of America, so why not play it, right?
Sure.
And when I did a DNA test, my ethnicities align a lot with Puerto Ricans, which is white, black, and indigenous. And that's what I am. And sexy. Just kidding about that part. Self-love, baby.
All right.
Do you want to talk about it? Because you played it.
I have not played it.
I thought you did play it.
No, I did not. I have not. It's one of the classic board games I have not played, but it's going to be one of those, like, action point games, you know, like Ares Expedition, where you're choosing the action you want to do every round.
Oh, you would love that.
And it's about the colonization and of Puerto Rico and like the plantations and putting slaves to work, basically, like harvesting like tobacco and the likes.
And so actually, on a side note, one of my good friends who was actually my roommate, her name was Pamela. She was from Puerto Rico, and when we were going to school together, she would bring Puerto Rican coffee, and it was so good. It tasted amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, on the side note, she taught me how to make coquito, which is I believe it's a rum-based, I don't know how to make it anymore because it was a long time ago, a rum-based drink that's good around holidays. And also, she taught me how to make flan, which I would say is a better version of cheesecake, in my opinion.
Interesting. Okay.
It's also, I was in Hurricane Maria in Dominica. It was Category 5, which is very traumatizing and really sad because it destroyed 90% of the island. And that was the same hurricane that hit Puerto Rico 2 days later, which actually was on my 25th birthday, I was stranded on an island. It's sad that it was Category 4 and it wiped out a lot of stuff. And my roommate, she actually experienced like power loss for so long. And this was September 20th, 2017. So yeah, I think Puerto Rico's gone through a lot, and it's a beautiful place from what I've been told, and I'd love to go there. And so why not play a game that represents it? And especially with Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl, which was iconic, and he represented all Americans, whether it's North Americans or South Americans. And I think that's truly outstanding. And so that this game, I think, means a lot to me, even though I haven't played it.
Okay.
You weren't expecting me to say all that.
Okay.
I think this is the most information I've ever given about a game. I go
You've
off
never
on.
been played, and you talked absolutely nothing about the game itself.
But it's the concept. It was Puerto Rico and about the colonization and how. And I'm just giving real life experiences. Well, kinda. And talking about how amazing. You talk about resource building and about that kind of stuff. Puerto Rico has the best coffee I've ever had in my life.
Okay. Go. And then you can put some farmers to work to make that coffee for you.
Of course, I would pay them lots of money.
They don't get paid.
I know, but I would pay them personally.
No, you would.
Are you saying that because I'm a broke bitch? A broke beach? I didn't swear. Them. I didn't say the B word. I said beach or betch. All right. Now that I lost track, I think it's your number 6.
All right. So my number 6 is going to be. I know why it hasn't gotten played, because it's going to be a big undertaking when it does get played, and that's Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Yeah. So it is a legacy game. Taking place like within the pandemic system. It uses the pandemic system to like tell this story basically, and you are playing 12 to 24 mini games of Pandemic in a box, and like with other legacy games, it just ramps up from game to game.
Okay, so is it kind of like My City, where it's like each round there's like a different rule that's added to some of the previous rules,
and there's
more complexity.
And also more story. That's a progression of the story as well.
Do you think that you're interested in this game because what we experienced personally with the COVID pandemic and how we had people like doing research to come up with vaccines and try to like cure this sickness?
I think that actually lowers my desire to play it, honestly.
Perfect. But you really liked Pandemic Iberia, and so I'm interested. I totally forgot we had that game, and I remember you bought it at Level Up in Superior, Wisconsin.
I did not.
I thought that's where you
got
got
that from my work. That's a different game.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. You bought a Legacy. Oh, it was Ticket to Ride.
I bought a different game.
Yeah.
All
right. So, number 5 is a game. Wait. I have a question back about your number 6. Is Pandemic Legacy? Is it good to play with 2 people?
You can. I think anywhere within the 2 to 4 range.
So it doesn't matter if it's 4 people. You can still applicable to 2 people.
Yeah, but if you're playing with 4 people, though, you have to play with the same 4 people every time, which is
so it's easier difficult to have 2 people, to get together. All right, my number 5 is actually a game I got a couple years ago for Ben for his birthday, because he talked about it a lot. And I think we haven't played this game because there's so many different roles, and each person has different rules and roles that they have to play. Mm-hmm. And that is Spirit Island, which I think is a game that takes a few hours to play. And did you say like an hour or 2?
A couple hours
to play?
Yeah.
And it's one of the heavier games that we have. And so Ben and myself, we've been trying to ease our way into playing more complex games before we tackle this one. But it's definitely a game I want to play. Isn't it about like, there's like, it's a spirit. So I was going to say ghosts, which can be spirits.
Spirits, yep.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, we picked it up, so obviously it's worth playing. And Ben talked about it, so I actually got it. Did I get the deluxe?
I don't think so.
I thought I got the one that was more. Oh, because there's another Spirit Island game, and that's less complex. What is it? Spirit Island Light or something?
Horizon. Yeah, it's like Horizons of Spirit Island or something.
Yeah, I got the one that is like
the base game.
Yeah, I got the heavy one.
Yeah.
All right, that was my number 5, and I think Ben is next.
All right, so my number 5 is a game that takes place during times of the Romans, and that's called Colosseum. So it's like a racing game where you're racing around the Roman Colosseum, inside the Colosseum, basically, like the chariot races inside the Colosseum.
I thought that the Colosseum, and I could be wrong,
or maybe it's something like battle.
I thought they battled each other.
Maybe I'm thinking of Circus Maximus.
Yeah, I think in the Colosseum they would battle each other and try to kill each other,
and
then they would get women or something. But I could be wrong. Fact check me.
I don't know anything about the women part.
Fact check me in the comments, please.
Don't fact check her.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I briefly remember the battling part, and I thought it was and then they would get to bang a girl of their choice. I don't know. I could be wrong, so please forgive me.
Yeah. We can leave that part out, though.
Are you cutting that?
Anyway, the game, it's, Colosseum.
All right. So my number 4 is a game that Ben picked up. He actually had to order it from like a special store, gaming store in Seattle because it's hard to get a copy of it. And he got, did you get the deluxe? Anyways, it's a big box. And it's called Lobotomy 2. And one reason why I want to play Lobotomy 2 is because it's based off of being in a psych ward. Which I've had, actually, speaking of psych ward, I had a psychiatric evaluation yesterday. So it sounds like something that, what, do I stink or something?
No, I don't know you.
Oh, would you visit me in the loony bin? And I'm also interested in becoming a forensic psychiatrist so I can study people that are in the psychiatric ward or also in prison. So why not get a little scoop and pretend to be, well, I'm already insane and I have psychiatric disorders, but why not really experience it through a game? And also, it reminds me, the thought of it reminds me of, oh, there was a show and it was with, oh my gosh, it was with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Do you know that movie I'm talking about?
You said it was a show.
It was a movie. It was like, not Spirit Island. Oh my god, I forgot what it's called.
Okay.
Maybe it was called Spirit Island. And that was based off of this guy who had multiple personality disorder. It's called dissociative identity disorder. And he was
Speak louder.
Oh, this guy, what people would call is multiple personality disorder, but now it's called dissociative identity disorder, and that's where you have multiple personalities, and they can have different physiological effects. And so, in this movie, this guy's in a psychiatric ward, and so I really enjoyed the movie, and I think that this game will relate to that.
All right.
That was my number 4.
All right. So my number 4 is a very dry theme game.
Shocker.
And it's a dice placement game called Santa Maria. So Santa Maria, I don't know a ton about the game itself, but it's a dice placement game where you're placing dice on different spots on your board to do different things. It's the same designers as Revive.
I love Revive.
Yeah, so, and yeah, same designers as that.
Is there any fighting aspect to it?
I don't think so.
That's shocking because your whole list has seemed to have some sort of battling.
No.
The Coliseum.
No. Fox Experiment.
Not Fox Experiment.
There's only two. Coliseum and Thunder Road Window.
And Tor.
Yeah, Tractor is not a battling game.
You're burning stuff down.
Yeah, but you're not battling.
Well, I meant like something with creatures and villainous behavior. Okay. I'm not hating. I think it's great.
Okay.
All right, what am I on? Number 3.
Number 3.
So Ben actually picked up this game because of my wife, I think, right? Because I call her a sloth. She's long and very, very slow. And when I mean slow, not mentally. Well, I mean like she moves very slow.
There's not much there.
And she's always late to everything because she moves so slow. She'll be late to her own funeral. So that's the reason why I want to play Fast Sloth. Do I know much about the game? Nope. Do I know there's sloths in there? And it's an oxymoron because sloths are slow. And I like that Fast Sloth. It sounds cool. Can you help a brother or sister out?
It's a pick up and deliver game. So you're basically picking up these different critters and moving them around the board.
Are you picking up fast sloths?
I think so. And you're moving them fast.
Wow.
Yep.
So realistic.
Yeah.
That was my number 3.
All right. My number 3 is a game that has a lot of different cards and a lot of different card powers, and that's called Citizens of the Spark.
I haven't heard of that one in our collection.
It's over in down in the corner over there.
Oh yeah, is it still unwrapped?
Yes, it's still wrapped. I have to unbox that and everything. But yeah, so it's sort of engine building game where you're building up. I think you're building up your own army. I might be wrong about that, but every card type has a special power, and they interact in a different way.
Oh, it's cool. It's like animals. Like I see a elephant on it, and
it's like warrior animals.
That's cool. I hope it's not like cockfighting.
No, you're building up a card tableau.
Okay, so
you're not battling with the cards.
Okay, good. So the animals aren't battling each other.
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I think you're just building up an army.
Speaking of cocks, I have my next door neighbor has a rooster that constantly, I think the word is crow. It's loud. Anyways, sorry. I was just my ADHD going 1,000.
All right. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is I want to say Happy Women's Month.
Okay.
And it's called Her Story. And this is a game where you get to learn and play different iconic women in history. Like, for instance, there's Ruby Bridges, who we know was harassed for going to a school that was predominantly white in the 50s, I want to say. I could be wrong, and there's probably Rosa Parks and all these iconic women who've broken maybe societal norms or really empower women of empowerment. And especially, I would like to play it this month because it's Women's Month, and being a woman, I think it's great to embrace.
Yeah, maybe we can play that with Libby.
Yeah. Oh, I think she would love that.
Yeah.
Do you know how to play it?
I can learn it. It won't be too hard to learn, but it'd be one that we want to have 3 or more players. So.
Oh, I can't wait to play it. It's exciting.
Cool. Awesome. Herstory. That's one that, definitely doesn't get talked about very much. Wonder why. Well, we'll try the game and see what we think. It might be a call. All right.
I'm already telling you it's not a call.
Okay. That'll be on the next keeper call, possibly. We can debate this after we play this game. Maybe you'll agree with me or disagree with me.
I'll probably shock you, and we'll see.
Probably.
All right. What are you on your number?
Number 2. Yeah. So this is going to be a game. It's sticking with the campaign style games where you're playing through different scenarios. This one's called Vagrant Song.
I think I've seen that on the shelf.
Yeah. So Vagrant Song is a game in which you play as vagrants hopping on a ghost train that is going to different places, and on this train are going to be these different ghosts, and you are going to be battling these ghosts, not to try to kill them because they're already dead, but to restore their humanity back to them. And you're going to be meeting all these different ghost characters, and there's going to be a different story associated with each scenario, and you're just going to be exploring this like ghost train and returning their humanity to these different ghosts. And the art is really cartoony and cute, and looks like a really fun game. It just a lot of scenarios, so you can't just play one scenario. It's kind of like a whole campaign, almost legacy style.
Okay, so you have to play it with like the same people, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's probably gonna be bested too, but.
All right, we can play that then. All right, so my number one, and the reason why it's my number one, is for a few reasons. For one, you can play it at 2 players, and I play games with Ben, usually every Monday, Wednesday, and occasionally Thursdays. Like, obviously when we're off of work, we spend our free days together mostly.
Yeah.
And that is Sanibel, and you just picked this up, right? Did you pick it up from OrcaCon?
No, the company sent it to me.
Oh yeah, the company. I like that when you get games from the companies, because we have to do a review on it, right?
We don't. I have to show it off at my work, though.
We should do a review too, don't you think?
We could.
So anyways, this game is basically you're collecting seashells. Isn't there a starfish in it too?
Different shells.
Different shells. I thought there were starfish too.
There might be.
Well, anyways, I like nature themes, and I like it's kind of pattern based. Like it's almost like, it reminds me kind of Cascadia, where it's like you have different cards that say, you know, you want the eagle to be surrounded by 4 different animals.
Mm-hmm.
This is like it is like, well, shark teeth need to be 2 distances away. Like, I like the complexity of that. And also, I used to live in Barbados and Dominica, and those are in the Caribbean, and there's a lot of beautiful shells, and so I think that this will be a good take on what I've already experienced.
Cool. And it doesn't hurt that it's an Elizabeth Hargrave game.
That too.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually did not put any games that I had gotten for demo or review on this list. That's why this one did not show up on my list, because I wanted to stick to games that we've acquired ourselves, not ones that we've resent, at least for me. So that's why it didn't make my list, but otherwise it would be in my top 10.
No, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's totally. That's
fun that I have it in there.
Yeah, no, that's totally good.
All right.
But that's number 1.
Just because we started to learn how to play after bowling a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
And I was really tired because I actually bowled well. And you started explaining it to me, so that's why it's number 1, because that's the next game I want to play.
Cool.
And I hope we play that today.
We should be able to. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. And my number 1, I've talked about it in previous videos. It's just one that we have never gotten to, and that's Ticket to Ride Legacy.
Oh.
Yeah. So Ticket to Ride Legacy is another legacy style game. This one is going to be taking Ticket to Ride, so the classic Ticket to Ride game, a set collection, a route building game, but this one is going to be taking place in the USA, like early America, like building the railroads basically. And as the game progresses, the map's going to get changed and be bigger, and the story is going to progress with that. And yeah, I'm excited to see how they take the game Ticket to Ride and add a story to it.
Yeah, I definitely forgot about that. I didn't include any legacy games in my list.
Is that on purpose?
No, it wasn't necessarily on purpose. I don't know why I didn't put it in there. But I want to say, to wrap up the video, that if I've given any information that's incorrect, please. And I don't mean to be ignorant. I don't mean to be offensive or disrespectful. It's all lighthearted. So if you could add in the comments anything about Coliseum, if I'm wrong about the men battling, or if I said anything that's ridiculous, just let me know, please, because I don't want to offend and I want to, give good content.
Yes.
Any last words you want to say?
No, you have your comments about these games. I feel like you picked a lot more serious games versus me. I picked a lot more like sillier games or lighter hearted games. I guess, does that make sense?
Well, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more videos, and write stuff in the comments. Share the video to your friends. Nerd out, okay? All right, peace. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning. Wherever you shall be, I hope it's great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.